Okay, continuing on with factoring. The new part we have of factoring now is going to be at the beginning. So here is the new step that we got to be looking for. The new step is to always check for a greatest common factor or GCF first. Okay, so if we look at D, does everybody notice that on D we start with the negative? Okay, you are not allowed to start with a negative. So that means we're automatically going to take a negative out for our GCF. And then they don't have anything else in common except for a -1. So if I divide each thing by -1, that just goes through and switches the signs to positive x squared, positive 19x plus 88. And then my product would be 1 times 88, which is 88. My sum is the middle number, which is 19. So my job is to think of two numbers that multiply for 88 that will add for 19. And if both my product and my sum are positive, then that means both my factors are going to be positive as well. So hopefully everybody's thinking to themselves, my factors would be positive 11 and positive 8. So then we're going to expand to 4 terms. So I'm going to have x squared plus 11x plus 8x plus 88. And I'm going to take those 4 terms and I'm going to put them inside the box. So right now I have x squared, 11x, 8x, 88. And then our job is to take out the GCF. So up and down, they just have an x in common. Up and down, they're both divisible by 11. Sideways, we're looking at an x, and they're both divisible by 8. So we've got x plus 8 as one of my parentheses, and my other parentheses is x plus 11. Now, don't forget your GCF, and whatever your GCF was at the very beginning, you have to take that and bring it down and put it in front of your final answer. Done. Okay, so let me scroll up here to the next one. Okay, on E, is there a GCF? Well, let's look at all the numbers. 24, 30, and 9. Well, they are all divisible by something. And they are all divisible by 3. So let's divide each one by 3. So that will give me 8x squared minus 10x plus 3. So product would be 8 times 3, which is 24. Sum is the middle, which is -10. Factors. What multiplies for 24 that adds for -10? Well, if I'm trying to multiply for a positive, I got 2 choices. Positive, positive, or negative, negative. That's when I look at my sum, and if my sum is negative, then I know both my factors are negative. And then hopefully everybody says, oh, 6 and 4. So now expand it. So 8x squared minus 6x minus 4x plus 3. And then I'm going to put those terms inside my box. So 8x squared minus 6x minus 4x and 3. Okay, up and down. Well, 8 and 4 are both divisible by 4, and they each have an x. Okay, up and down the other way, we can't start with a negative, so I got to pull out a negative. And then 6 and 3 are both divisible by 3. Sideways, 8 and 6 are both divisible by 2, and they each have an x. Oh, can't start with a negative, so take out a negative. And 4 and 3 are only divisible by 1. So we're looking at 4x minus 3, 2x minus 1, and then don't forget to take your GCF and put it back out in front. Okay, next one. Is there a GCF? Well, if I look at the numbers 5, 20, and 60, I notice, 5, 20, and 60 are all divisible by 5. And then I also notice, hey, every single term has an x, so I can also take out an x with my GCF. So then I would get 5 divided by 5 is 1, and then take an x away and it becomes x squared, plus 20 divided by 5 is 4, take an x away and it becomes x, minus 60 divided by 5 is 12, take an x away and there is no x. So my product would be 1 times negative 12, which is negative 12, and my sum is 4. Factors. Well, the only thing that multiplies for a negative is 1 negative and 1 positive. So want to multiply for negative 12 and add for positive 4. And hopefully everybody's saying negative 2 and positive 6. So now we're going to expand it to 4 terms. And then I'm going to take those 4 terms and put them inside a box. Okay, and then we're going to look for GCFs. So we can take out an x. Can't start with the negative. So then also take out a 2 over there. Sideways, we're going to take out an x and a 6. So we're looking at x minus 2 and x plus 6. Don't forget your GCF. Make sure you put that out in front. Done. Okay, G is the next one. So once again, let's look at the numbers. And all the numbers, 18, 69, and 60, what goes into all 3 of them? And hopefully everybody thinks of the number 3. 3 goes into each one of those. So then when you divide by 3, you get 6x squared minus 23x plus 20. So then my product would be 6 times 20. 6 times 20 is 120. And my sum is negative 23. Remember, if your product is positive, you got 2 choices, positive, positive, or negative, negative. So that's when I look at my sum, and if my sum is negative, then I know both my numbers here have to be negative. So what multiplies for positive 120 that adds for negative 23? And hopefully everybody's thinking negative 15 and negative 8. So I'm going to expand the problem into 4 terms. And then I'm going to take those 4 terms and I'm going to put them inside my box. And then I'm going to take out GCF. So I can take out a 2x. Can't start with a negative. And then I can take out a 5. Sideways, I can take out a 3 and an x. Can't start with a negative. And I can also take out a 4. So you're looking at 2x minus 5, 3x minus 4. Don't forget your GCF. Take your GCF and put it out in front. And then we have our final answer. All right, one more time. Does it have a GCF? Well, if I look at all the numbers, I'm going to say yes, all the numbers are divisible by 2. So if I take a 2 out, I get x squared plus 5xy plus 6. Sorry. Don't forget your y squared there. So 6y squared. So my product would be 1 times 6, which is 6. And my sum is 5. So remember, if my product is positive, I got 2 choices, positive, positive, or negative, negative. So I look at my sum, and if my sum is positive, then I'm going to choose 2 positives. So what multiplies for 6 that adds for 5? Hopefully everybody says 3 and 2. So now I'm going to expand the problem. And this time, make sure when you're doing the middle terms that you notice the middle one has xy with it. So make sure you're putting xy with each of the middle terms. So now I'm going to put it inside a box. Okay, and then we're going to talk about a GCF. So up and down, I can take out an x. Over here, I can take out a 3y. Sideways, I can take out an x. And I can take out a 2y. So x plus 3y and x plus 2y. Don't forget your GCF. Put it back out in front, which is 2. And then you're done. Okay, so remember, check for GCF first. Will every single problem have a GCF? No. But if you don't take out a GCF and it has one, then you will not get the answer correct. So whenever you're doing your homework, not every single one will have a GCF, but you must remember to always check for that first. Thanks.